Today's topic is about are web designers and websites generally becoming a commodity? And what I mean by that is how it's much easier for people to create websites. Not just with AI, but you can almost say in the last 10 years with page builders. Page builders made it a bit easier. And obviously, we had templates and themes and stuff like that, and plugins, and we could go on and on and on about it. And now with AI, it's now becoming more accessible for businesses generally. The gateways or restrictions for how skilled you have to be has kind of gone. And an analogy comparison I'm going to make is if you were trying to get legal advice, let's say you had a problem, say with your car, or you purchased something, or there was a family problem, okay? You would, we're going back 30 years ago now. You would go and go to a library, look at an encyclopedia, or maybe speak to someone who's been through a similar experience or had a similar issue. You would try and find out a bit more. So you needed legal advice. And we're going back 30, 40 years ago. And then about 20 years ago, 20-ish years ago, or even 25 years ago, Ask Jeeves, all of these, search engines, Yahoo, everything was on the scene. You could jump in and then start asking a question. And then what happened was you would get maybe a bit of info, but you still weren't entirely sure. Then we started having more dedicated forums and question answer sites. So you might pose a question and then someone around the world would say, yeah, I can answer that. And you would pay $30. And to be honest, you never really knew if you were getting advice from a proper legal expert. You were never really sure about where the advice was coming from, but you paid it and you kind of either believed it or did something with the advice. With AI, in the last 2 years, if I want any legal advice, I go to ChatGPT. If I want any advice about, is it okay for me to keep drinking Pepsi Max? If I do 2,000 calories burned a day and my resting calorie is 1,500, which equals 3,500, and I eat 1,500 calories a day, and I ensure that 100 grams plus is protein and about 25 grams is carbs and this much fat, how much kilograms am I going to lose? And ChatGPT goes and works that for you. So I don't need to go and speak to a dietitian or whatever. Or maybe I want to increase my muscle mass. I don't know. I was taking creatine and I stopped taking it because it was making my face feel quite full. I've deviated. Let me get back on topic. So in the old days, you go encyclopedia or speak to someone with legal advice. Your car's not working, problem with your boiler. You go and speak to an expert. And over the years now, we've got into the age of where AI is going to start answering a lot of that for us. Now, that's not a bad thing. It just means the gateway to knowledge is it's literally nothing. Because you can even say to AI, can you generate step-by-step images to explain what I need to do? Or advise me, or, whatever you want. And with websites, that's how I see it going. And it's already there. So a business wanted a website 30 years ago, when the internet was still coming on the scene, they had to go and find someone who knew what they were doing. And there were so many ridiculous websites, weren't there? If you go back to 1997, everyone had them dancing Ali McBeal baby as an animated GIF in the background and a running dinosaur. Or Bugs Bunny, even. I think that was a Daffy Duck one as well. There was loads of funky stuff. Between 2000 and I would say 2010, there were quite a lot more people that built websites, but still some were experts, some were hobbyists. I was more of a hobbyist, right? Bit of a side hustle. And you were relying on templates and themes that you went and got from Theme Forest. And then obviously the page builders started coming on the scene, and it gave us tools where you didn't have to be amazing with coding at all. So the gateway shrunk, and it meant that we could reach businesses so much quicker. Business down the road now wants a website. Hey, I'm here. I can do it for you. And then the whole Fiverr, Upwork, all of those markets exploded with people. With AI now, because Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, all of these places, YouTube, are full of people saying, I can generate your website in 5 minutes. I can do this in 2 minutes. I can create you an entire system. Not all of the systems are great. We have to accept, right, that some systems are good and some systems aren't that good. And I am very curious over how scalable some of those websites and designs and SaaSes really are. But because the opportunity now feels more accessible than ever, websites are becoming a commodity, and website designers and freelancers and agencies, you are now a little bit of a commodity. Let me try and clarify, because I wrote down something here and I just want to make sure I explain it a little bit better. So what you need to kind of understand is that it's really easy to generate a website with AI. Okay, it's really simple to do that. And, you could just take a general spec. This website or this company is a florist and they're based over here and this is what they sell. And here's a spreadsheet of all their items and delivery costs. And then you generate a website. You can generate yoga websites. I've seen so many people with yoga websites. Have you noticed how all the yoga websites that you see AI create, funnily enough, have roughly the same color scheme, roughly the same images? I'm not kidding you here, right? I've seen about 5 or 10 people, roughly that number, quite a lot, posting up yoga websites they've generated. And they've all got the same stock images. It's like the AI is creating it with the same images loaded in, the same exact pose images. Anyway, does it carry through when the AI creates the website, the messaging of why that website or that business is worth your time? So if I'm looking for a landscaper or an architect, and let's say there's now 10 websites, all generated by AI or Claude or whatever, do they actually answer the question for why I would want to trust this architect and work with them? And I don't think a lot of them do that. They're very slightly vaguish and it's very just generic messaging. And of course you can modify that. But then you're just prompting more and more and more to get it to do what you want. And I'm not criticizing that's how they work, because that's how they work. Just like if you want to refine a template you purchased off someone, you're going to have to go in and drag and drop. You're refining in a different way, but at the end of the day, you're refining. Because it's easier to create AI websites now, more and more businesses are just going to say, forget the web designer, forget the freelancer. I'm just going to go and do it myself. A bit like when people go, I need a logo, I need to go and get a graphic designer. No, forget that. Just go to Canva now. Just go and do it yourself. And we are going to see more and more websites popping up that look the same, don't explain exactly what they do, and it's going to affect the business. And this is where they will then realize I need a designer. But this is where you as a designer need to, if you're ever approached or you're reaching out to businesses, kind of get them to appreciate that you can help them. You can take what their business is all about. What makes you different to those 20 businesses that provide the same service? You're a hairdresser. There's 20 other hairdressers. They've all got websites, appointment booking systems. What makes you special? That's where you bring in your experience and knowledge. And that's how web designers are going to survive, by flipping the switch. Now, you as a web designer might go, I don't care. I will actually find people and I'll build the website with AI. Again, whatever works for you works. I'm not saying you have to use AI. You shouldn't use AI. I'm not saying that at all. I like to use AI every bloody day of the week. But it's about how do you position yourself so that we can get across the businesses, because I am hearing more and more and more of how people and businesses out there are now saying, I hired someone and they built a website for $5,000 or pounds. And now I've got a new idea for a website. And guess what? I built it in Lovable and it took me 2 weeks, but it saved me time. And that's the switch we're seeing a lot of with how many content creators, influencers, people on LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, you name it, Insta, all these places. I just built this $10,000 website. Did anyone pay you for it? No, so don't say it's worth $10,000. I just built something that's worth $50,000. I just built something that's worth $1 million. No one paid for it. And it hasn't been valued. No one offered to buy it off you for that. So shut up. By the way, I want to interrupt all of you to let you know that I upgraded the Elemental website course, which now is in phase 4, which covers Elemental version 4. So if you want to join the YouTube channel for $4.99 a month, or you can go over to the Web Squadron, learn.websquadron.co.uk website. You can sign up for $35, because I know some people in Pakistan and a few other countries cannot use PayPal. Not PayPal. They cannot join YouTube membership. So I've got your back, okay? If you take all the businesses in the world, okay, you have the businesses that have never had a website, never thought they needed a website, and they're late to the game. They're the people that still haven't got a Facebook page set up, or they're not even on Twitter or LinkedIn, or even if they are, they don't post. They post like once a year or something. They're those businesses. Then you have the mid businesses, the bulk, who are thinking about websites, who do want to have something created. And actually, if they could save money and use AI, they would. But then you have the elite, the gold standard businesses, the big players. They aren't going to want to mess around with AI. They're going to be the kind of people where if I want my office cleaned, I could either do it myself and pick up the mess and move it, or I'll hire someone who'll do it for me. Do you know what I mean? They're going to be the people who hire cleaners. They're going to be the people who, when they've got like a canteen, they're going to hire people to bring food. You know when you have the businesses, you have different ranges, isn't it? Like, oh, I sell flowers, right? And I have a team of 5 people. We all take staggered lunch breaks, and everyone goes out to get your own lunch. McDonald's, Subway, go to a cafe, tea, coffee, whatever you want, fish and chips. But then you'll have those businesses where they will contract with companies who come and deliver the food for them. And I'm not talking about Uber and Deliveroo and Just Eat. I mean people that actually make sandwiches and stuff like that. And I agree with you that they are still going to want to work with people that get them. I get what you want. I get what you're after. I understand your goals. I might not know your clients, because you design solar panels. I don't know your clients. I've got a solar panel, but I don't know your clients. But I get you. I understand your offering and what you're doing, where your conversions may come from, your ideal client. That's where we can position ourselves to definitely beat what AI is going to kind of generalize. Businesses out there, not all of them, but there's going to be a majority. They're going to go, oh, I need a website. And then their son or their niece or one of their grandchildren will go, oh yeah, don't worry, dad. Don't worry, nana. You want to sell jewelry? Boom. And they bust up a website in like 5 or 10 minutes. And their grandma will go, oh! There are so many people that build a website because they're selling a book about their life or about growing up, and they want to share photos of what it was like in their village or their town 60, 70 years ago. And the websites are, in my opinion, not good at all. Messy, cluttered, no consistency, all over the place. But the people who built it love it. They love it because they never had a website. So with AI, people are going to start generating. I mean, look, a lot of people on social media, they're sharing websites built with AI. And so many people are commenting with, that looks brilliant. That's amazing. So many of them are dark with the same style gradient buttons, similar images, and similar layouts. And when you look at it on a desktop or a mobile, they just don't make sense. Have you noticed how a lot of them, the AI websites, we don't even have a proper hero banner? Who is this website for? The ideal audience? What is the pain? What is the problem I solve? What is the benefit? This reminds me of the Wix issue. So loads of people were designing websites with Wix. And then when you wanted to leave Wix or whatever, you were stuck. You had to go and set up a completely new website because you were locked into their infrastructure. Now, of course, a lot of us are locked into the WordPress infrastructure, but there's so much flexibility. What's there to say Claude doesn't self-implode? Let's just say ChatGPT and Elon Musk. Sam Altman and Elon Musk, the whole thing there, Grok and all of that. What if suddenly something happens where one of them has to stop? What if? And I think that is so overlooked, isn't it? It's like history repeating itself with, here's a great solution, loads of people can use it, but how much control are you giving up? Or are you giving the system more control than you actually thought you were giving away? So there's this whole conversation at the moment with MCPs and AI, with security, how it has access when you connect it to your computer, like Perplexity and stuff, and then you walk away and it's now accessing all of your files. I don't like the sound of that unless I know I can fully trust it. I feel like I've spoken enough now about whole website commodity and how it's easier than ever now for people to go and generate websites, but are they generating what they really need for their businesses? And I don't think they are, but time will tell. And I'm sure I'll look back on this video one day in the future and go, Imran, you were wrong. Take care. See you soon. Bye.